Welcome back to today's program, everyone, where we have been celebrating World Voice Day. So now I have a very brave guest with me called Jane Salazar from I Speak. Hello, Jane.
Hi.
Thanks so much for joining me. And I know this is a big step for you because it's the first time you are speaking on TV. And it's a very important thing that you're going to speak about today, because you did have an issue with using your voice with actual speech. And there were times when you couldn't speak at all. So can you tell us what you discovered 5 years ago?
Well, 5 years ago, I discovered that I'd actually been living most of my life with a condition called Selective Mutism,
Okay.
Which is, I suppose you could like it to a phobia of speaking.
Okay.
So you can speak in some situations, but not in others, or with some people, but not with other people.
Okay.
But growing up with it, I wasn't actually aware that that was what was happening, because I wasn't diagnosed with it in the era that I lived through.
Okay.
So I just thought that I was I was actually constantly just labelled shy or defiant or actually difficult.
Did you think that of yourself, or did you think there was something else?
No, I think I grew up believing that that was who I was.
Okay. And how did that make you feel about yourself, would you say?
I think it made me feel very frustrated, because it almost felt, in actual fact, when people said that I was shy, that actually used to really infuriate me, because inside I didn't actually feel shy. So it was as if I actually wanted to speak.
Okay.
Or wanted to join in.
So it was there, the voice was,
it was there,
but you just couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
Did that develop also into adulthood? Did that continue?
I think that I learned to live with it, and I think I adapted it to manage to get through life.
Okay.
In school, I was very specific about what subjects I chose. So I dropped everything that was anywhere near anything to do with talking.
Oh, right.
So anything, and actually anything expressive as well. Because I think, even though I did talk in some situations, it's not actually still your own voice.
Okay.
Because it doesn't really have any emotion involved in it either.
Okay. Now, you said 5 years ago you discovered, because I know you were saying that you were having difficulty speaking to a therapist.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And then I did some retraining, and I came across selective mutism, and it was a bit of a light bulb moment where I realised that actually that's what I'd suffered from.
Wow.
Because I just resonated with it so.
How did
so
that
much.
feel for you, actually knowing what it was now and not just that?
Yeah, I think initially it was a massive relief, actually, that I wasn't actually the weird, strange person that I'd been led to believe that I was. So I think a diagnosis is in some way, a label is in some way like 50% of the recovery.
Yeah. Well, at least you can understand it, right?
And kind of gives you an understanding of where you struggled in life. At one point in my life, though, I did actually go and live in Mexico, which was quite interesting.
How was that?
Because when I first arrived there, most travellers are quite anxious about travelling because they can't find their way around, because they can't ask people directions. But actually, for me, it was completely the opposite, because I was actually quite at home with not asking anything. And nobody expected me to speak either.
Oh,
so there was no pressure on me to talk.
Okay, so you felt free, you felt like you could be yourself.
Yeah.
Now tell us about the charity.
Yeah, so I've been involved with I Speak probably for the last year. Really, the charity is to give a voice to all the adults that actually still have selective mutism.
Okay.
And that have probably gone undiagnosed, and that there isn't any treatment or any support for them out there. So we are a voluntary charity. I wasn't the founder of it, but I did join a year ago. And we support people who write in, email into us. We do have Carl actually has quite a big research area, so if you want to do research.
That's really good.
And yeah, I don't know, it receives a lot of good feedback, a lot of very moving emails, actually very much similar to my story.
Okay.
About lost identity, lost personality.
Okay, so it must be so nice for you to be able to help others, because you know what it feels like, what it felt like for you. sort of been labelled as different and shy, and now to be able to help others as well, that's great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think probably for me it's quite important to understand that actually it's actually really important to be heard and not feel alone.
Yeah.
And I think in terms of voice, I never realised that I didn't have a voice. So it wasn't as if I lost my voice, I actually never really had a voice.
And what's it like to have one?
It is actually freeing. So it gave me the freedom of choice, the freedom to leave relationships that I was in that I didn't want to be in, the freedom to choose a vocation that I wanted to be in. And yeah, and I guess my voice gave me my identity.
Brilliant. Jane, I think you've been amazing. I know it was a difficult thing to come on TV and speak, but you've actually done a tremendous job. Thank you so much, and I'm sure that's helped the viewers out there who are going through something similar.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Hi, I'm Chrissy B, and my show is all about improving your mental health and being happy. Join me every Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 10 p.m. on my channel Sky 203. Visit chrissybshow.tv for more information and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Chrissy B Show. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Chrissy B Show and on our Facebook page, The Chrissy B Show.